News tonight, a woman and man shot in a beauty salon. The man chased there by culprits. Tonight, he's in critical condition while the hunt begins for the two suspects. Cuban Ambassador Jose Pons says the crime problem could lie in our education system. We have the exclusive. The latest group of lawyers graduating from the Eugene DePuy Law School. We take you into that ceremony. And as Anton Richardson gets set to play in Florida with the Atlanta Braves tonight, Bahamians are in Miami basking in the achievement. Our cameras are there. It's Tuesday, September 20th. The Bahamas Tonight starts right now.
Covering the islands of the Bahamas, ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight.
It's great to have you along this Tuesday. I'm Shanique Miller. This is the Bahamas Tonight National Report. Some believe that the streets of New Providence are virtual battle zones. A man is in critical condition and a woman in stable condition, both victims of a shooting in a beauty salon last night. Police say the woman and man were standing outside the beauty salon on Alexandria Boulevard, Nassau Village, around 7 o'clock when the man was approached by two men. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. It is reported that the culprits fired gunshots at the man who reportedly ran into the beauty empire. We understand that the culprits then left the red Kia Sportage Jeep, which is believed stolen, and followed the man inside, where they continued firing shots. As a result, the victim, a 25-year-old man of Alexandria Boulevard, received multiple gunshot wounds to the body, and a 23-year-old female customer received gunshot wounds to the buttocks. Investigations continue. Now, police also hoping you can help them crack this case. They're looking to arrest two men responsible for a shooting on Peter Street last night. The shooting happened around 11:20. According to reports, a man was standing outside a residence at Peter Street when two men wearing white shirts and blue jeans fired gunshots in his direction. He was shot to both legs. The man was taken to hospital and is detained in stable condition. Like the incident on Alexandria Boulevard, police are appealing to anyone who may have information regarding any of these matters to call them at 919-911. Another number for you, 322-3333. The Central Detective Unit, 502-9991, 502-9910, or Crime Stoppers, 328-TIPS. With 101 murders on the books and guns the weapon of choice in over 70% of these matters, many are asking what's being done to take these deadly weapons off the streets. Well, so far for the year, officers have seized 324 firearms and close to 6,000 rounds of ammunition. Last year, 247 firearms were recovered, along with 4,751 rounds of ammunition. Police Chief Ellison Greenslade is pleased with the efforts of his officers. He says much more homicides could have been recorded if those guns stayed in the hands of criminals. Greenslade says while authorities are doing their job, there's only so much they can do. He says a number of criminals seem to have no fear.
We have on record any number of persons who've committed the most serious crimes of all descriptions. And we see these people in and out of the system. We continue to do our work, as I've said before, and on each occasion where they offend or re-offend, we arrest them and we take the requisite course of action as per law. I am not sure that that core group of prolific, serious, serial offenders are truly taking us seriously in respect of the punishment, the sanctions.
On another note, Greenslade says more than 50% of crimes are influenced by the use of drugs.
Far too many of our young people using illegal drugs, more particularly marijuana, and drinking alcoholic beverages. It is not unusual for any of us to observe a young person, male and a female, walking the streets with not just one beer or one Guinness stout, but instead two. I see this over and repeatedly. Something is terribly wrong, and we have slipped badly.
As Commissioner Greenslade just mentioned, officers are working to take the large amount of illegal weapons off the streets. Last night, police arrested a 23-year-old man after he was found with a shotgun. Officers were on routine patrol on West Bay Street when they observed the occupants of a white 2006 Honda Accord acting suspiciously. Officers conducted a search of the vehicle and recovered the shotgun. With 7 murders recorded in 1 week along with other shooting incidents, the search continues for culprits believed to be responsible for these crimes. Already, 2 men are in custody in connection with a stabbing death in Cordo Avenue and a shooting at a home on West Street. Police are also questioning a suspect with regards to a double shooting in the Key West Street area 2 weeks ago. Meantime, authorities are reporting more than a 50% detection rate of homicides. Of the 87 murders in New Providence, 46 have been solved, and of the 7 in Grand Bahama, 5 have been closed. CDU Chief Paul Roll.
The other persons that I wish to point out is this flyer for Garrison Pyfrom. He is wanted in respect to a murder that took place in Exuma sometime last month, and Ormond Leon. If you recall, on Independence Day, there was a homicide in the Wilson Tract area, and we placed 1 male before the court. This is the 2nd male who we believe was the trigger man in regards to that incident.
Now, police are asking for your help tonight. They're looking for a 35-year-old Mondingo Dingy Cartwright of New Providence Avenue, Chippingham. Cartwright is dark brown, medium build, and 5 feet 9 inches tall. Police want to question Cartwright in reference to an assault with a deadly weapon complaint made against him this month. Anyone with information as to the whereabouts of this suspect is asked to contact police at 911-919-322-3333 or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Well, still on crime news tonight, Cuba and the Bahamas share a lot when it comes to sports, education, culture, and medicine. But with an out-of-control crime problem, the Bahamas might be able to benefit from Cuba, as their crime is described as minimal. Today, Julian Gibson sat down with the Cuban ambassador weeks before he ends his tenure here.
The Cuban ambassador expressing his views on the local crime problem. His Excellency Jose Ponce stated emphatically that as a Cuban national, he's in no position to tell the Bahamas what to do to eradicate the crime problem. However, he believes it all starts with an educational system that works.
We have a very good education system that contributes to diminish the crime. Also, the social security system that Cuba has covers a lot of people, covers everybody. So that also diminishes the needs of the people in order to commit a crime.
He reiterated that Cuba stands on crime, even petty crime. The penalties are harsh there, causing most would-be criminals to think twice before committing a crime.
We have a very stiff penalties for those people that violate the law. The crimes in Cuba have very heavy penalties, so people have to think it twice before they do something that they should not.
What's the penalty for murder in Cuba?
30 years, or death could be.
Is it a quick judicial system going to court, or is it drags on for a month? How quick persons go to court?
Oh, they go very quick. They go very quick. There's no a backlog of cases in the judicial system in Cuba.
With more than 9 million people in Cuba, all citizens must carry their identification card at all times, giving authorities an upper hand in dealing with any situation.
We have a good identification system. It's not perfect, but it's very good. I mean, you have to carry your own ID card. It's mandatory to carry it at all times, and that allows people to be identified. To identify people very easy in the street.
But the ambassador, who has enjoyed his stint here in the Bahamas, believes that citizens anywhere must be educated in order to serve a purpose, to build and provide for their families and contribute to the greater good of society. Reporting for ZNS News, I am Julian Gibson.
Now, shifting gears, the latest group of lawyers graduating from the Eugene DePuche Law School. As Fern Carey tells us, the country's newest lawyers were admonished to uphold the ideals of the profession.
The 34 graduates received prizes, awards, and their legal education certificates, certifying them as the newest members of the legal community. The new lawyers include 32 Bahamians who will be coming into the legal profession at a time of challenges in the legal system and rising crime rates. It was against this backdrop, Trinidad and Tobago's Justice of the Court of Appeal, the Honorable Mr. Justice Peter A. Jamadar, advised them to uphold the integrity of the legal profession.
You may be competent, even excellent, in the what of being a lawyer, but you may lack integrity. Prizes are about the what. They do not guarantee integrity.
The new lawyers are entering the profession at a time when the legal system is facing increased criticism over the backlog of cases and other issues. However, Justice Jamadar gave this advice.
This aspect of being a lawyer is not readily learned from books and cannot really be taught in classrooms. Self-knowledge, discovering who I am, requires a personal commitment to continuous introspection. Socrates, that ancient and famous Greek philosopher, has pointed out that the unexamined life is not worth living. And the inscription on the ancient Temple of Apollo at Delphi, or Delphi, as some may say in ancient Greece, proclaimed to all who would choose to enter it, know thyself.
And with some lawyers finding themselves on the wrong side of the law, graduates were told to examine their motives constantly throughout their career.
The exploration of why is always, my friends, an exploration of motives and intentions. Why you do what you do, why you want what you want, why you think and feel and speak as you do. All of these demand a consideration of motives. And you know, we must remember we have multiple motives for what we think and feel and do. In addition, the exploration of why is an exploration of purpose.
Among the 32 Bahamians graduating from the Eugene DePuch Law School is Roderick Malone, who carted home more than $10,000 in awards and prizes. Fern Carey, ZNS News.
And a sad note, our producer Vaughn Albury just bought his wife a car for her 50th birthday 2 months ago. Today, that car, a silver right-hand drive 1999 Honda Accord, was stolen late this afternoon from the Eugene DePuch Law School Library on Thompson Boulevard. If you have any information on the silver right-hand drive Honda Accord, license plate 247959, you're asked to contact police at 919-911 or our producer Vaughn Albury at 467-3072. Well, tonight, Bahamian baseball player Anton Richardson and the Atlanta Braves play against the Florida Marlins. How awesome is that? Bahamians in Florida tell us. That story coming up.